Hello everyone! Today I'll be farming the Master Lost Sector K1 Crew Quarters with Warlock. Today you can farm the new exotic chest for the Warlock. For the modifiers for Master, it is Hot Knife or Shanks now have Solar Shields, Champions with the Anti-Barrier Champion, and Overload Champions. Next mod will be Attrition, where regeneration is greatly impaired. Defeating enemies may create Wells of Light. Master modifiers is of course Champions, Match Game, and Extra Shields. Next mod is the Memory of the Haunted Dream. Incoming Void and aerial damage is increased. With the next mod is Desolate Charge with plus 50% arc damage dealt and receive, and lastly limited revive. For my subclass, I'll be using Middle Tree, Stormcaller, Chaos Reach. Next I'll be using Long Shadow with backup mag. Next I'll be using the Tyranny of Heaven solar bow. If you do not have this weapon, highly recommend to use any arc bow with explosive payload. Next I'll be using Xenophage. For my helmet, I'll be using the exotic The Stag with 10 discipline, machine gun ammo finder, bow ammo finder with shield break charge. Next, I'll be using 5 disciplined, overload bow, anti-barrier sniper rifle with Wrath of Rasputin. Next, I'll be using high energy fire, double arc damage resistance with 10 recovery. Next, I'll be using machine gun scavenger, sniper rifle scavenger, global reach with 10 recovery. Next, I'll be using 5 disciplined, bomber, surge detonators with fire team medic. When using the Stag exotic helmet, highly recommend to have max recovery so you can have infinite healing rifts. Alright guys, so for the Master Lost Sector version, we're gonna have a mod called Attrition. So as you can see, there will be orbs of light where you can generate your health when you picked it up. And of course, your health won't regain, and highly recommend to use the Stag to regain your health, especially on red critical health. Basically, throughout this Lost Sector, since we are under leveled, and you can see there are sword icons, we will have to play long distance and play passive. There's going to be 2 overload champions, and what I like to do is try my best to pop a healing rift when I can, and then just use Xenophage. You can also use your sniper to do critical headshots to deal with the overload champion. As you can see here, sometimes I do use sniper critical headshots to deal with the overload champion. Once we take down the overload champion, I destroy the War Mine cell to clear more ads, and we'll be dealing with the second overload champion. So throughout this Master Lost Sector, there's going to be more overload champions than barrier champions. The barrier champions will be very annoying. As I said in my other video, I said they are harmless. In this video, they will be pretty irritating, just annoying because they like to mess around with your DPS, dealing with the ads and the overload champions. So you can stand right here and you can bait the overload champion to go to the corner wall on the left side. Once I deal with the both champions, it is safe to go to this area, and you can just use your bow or your Xenophage if you're using an arc bow to deal with the Shanks. There are explosive Shanks around here, so highly recommend to take them down with your bow. And as I said in my video, if you do not have the solar bow, which I'm sure not a lot of people have this weapon, you must use a arc explosive payload bow. That way you'll have an easier time to deal with the overload champion, especially when you are underleveled. I like going behind this rock, looking left and right. There's gonna be around 2 to 3 overload champions. So what I like to do is just make my way and clear down all the ads. Once I clear down as much ads as I can, then I'm going to deal with the Overload Champion from the far left side. There will be explosive shanks. They are a little harmless. They don't really push towards you, especially around the area where I'm standing. So now we baited the Overload Champion to stand in that little area where you can just spam your bow, sniper, and of course use Xenophage. Always be cautious with the ads where they like to throw grenades, and highly recommend to have double arc resistance so you won't get one shot from the grenade, since we are under leveled throughout this Master Lost sector. Once we do take down the first Overload Champion, if you do manage to get a Warmind cell, you can use your sniper to take down, well, to destroy and to clear down ads. So there are explosive shanks and 2 more champions. So there is 1 Overload Champion and 1 Barrier Champion. So in this area, what I like to do is just try my best to clear down as much ads as I can before the Barrier Champion likes to immune and to troll you and to give you a hard time. And always have sniper ammo, especially throughout this part where I'll be showing you very soon. Over here, what I like to do is bait the the Barrier Champion. And you can see that the Overload Champion does like to troll you as well. So once stagger the Barrier Champion, you must use your super to quickly take it down. That way you can have an easier time to deal with the Overload Champions. Well, with the 1 Overload Champion. Since we took down the Barrier Champion, there are no ads being immune or shielded, and now you can just clear down the ads and take down the 2nd Overload Champion. Now this area is semi-safe, so always pop a Healing Rift when on red health, or just pop a Healing Rift if you have one. So you can see here that they are pretty tanky, especially with the sword icon. We are under leveled. So you can just spam your bow, and like I said before, if you do not have the solar bow, you must use any explosive payload arc bow. It will make much easier to deal with the Overload Champions. So now there's going to be 2 snipers. You must snipe them from left and right. They can 2-shot you. If you do not have arc resistance, they can 1-shot you, which is why I highly recommend to use double arc resistance for this lost sector, especially when under leveled. Now what I like to do is not push towards the Overload Champion aggressively, but I'm going to take a couple of ads and then just stand right here so the Overload Champion can stop moving around and messing up my DPS. So you can just actually stand right here and the Overload Champion will just stand there and will not move. Always use your bow to make the Overload Champion to stand still, and of course use your sniper. And if you have a lot of Xenophage, which unfortunately I do not have a lot, you can use your Xenophage to take down the Overload Champion quickly. Or if you have a lot of snipers, you can just do critical headshots. So once we take down the Overload Champion, then you can take down all the ads. And there will be 2 more champions spawning. So this one's going to be a little bit tricky, especially when under leveled. So now what I like to do is bait the Barrier Champion all the way from the right side. So now over here there are 2 ways you can deal with this. You can just use your sniper to quickly take it down, or you can stagger it with your sniper and use your super, but always have your Healing Rift on just in case the ads or the vandals like to spam shoot you and try to kill you while on your super or while doing DPS at the Barrier Champion. So as I said, these Barrier Champions are not harmless. As I said in Legend, especially when under level, they can be a little bit irritating. So over here, what I like to do is just use my sniper and Xenophage. Like I said, you don't have to use your super here, but if you do, you can use your super to take down the barrier champion. But if you do have enough Xenophage, then you can just use your Xenophage to take down the barrier champion. There was a war mine so I destroyed, so I decided to destroy it and clear down as much ads as I can. And of course I was looking for ammo, especially snipers, to take down the champions up ahead, which I'll be showing you very soon. There are solar shanks, so you can use your Xenophage to take them down. Now over here, what I like to do is I'm just scouting, just making sure I don't get two shot from the shanks or any ads that I missed. Just being a little cautious throughout this video, and always reload your Xenophage when you do pick up heavy ammo. So over here I was just scouting, then I decided to jump on this little platform and there's going to be a couple of solar shanks up ahead. What I like to do is just take down the shanks, and of course I can make a war mine cell with the bow. And now there's going to be a couple more shanks, and of course there'll be one more on the left side. Over here what I like to do is stagger the barrier champion, and of course use my super to quickly take it down. Now you can see there is a last shank there, and sometimes it can get in the way when using your super, so always be careful and always have your healing rift when using your super, just in case you are low on health. There are a couple of vandals, and of course you can just use your bow to do critical headshots to take them down. So now there's going to be an overload champion, probably the last one. And this one can be a little tricky, so I like to first try my best to clear down the ads, and of course sometimes I like to move around. Once I do, then I'll take down the overload champion from long distance. So I was just using my E mode just to see where the overload champion is so I can stagger it and of course throw my nade. Once I bait the overload champion to stand that little corner, I decide to do DPS and of course take it down quickly and use Xenophage if I do have a lot. So you can just use this mini wall to take cover when the shooting is arc, and of course just use your Xenophage to take it down. I destroy war mine cell, and now we're gonna deal with the last champion. Now the last champion is a barrier champion, so I do recommend to save your sniper to deal with the barrier champion. And of course save your heavy as well. So over here what I like to do is just spam my bow and of course throw nades to do DPS a quarter of the health. Here I was just trying to find an angle, a good angle to just spam my bow. So you can see I'm just using little snipers, and then I'm going to not use it anymore, and of course pick up more ammo. So now you can just use your bow to take down to do some DPS at the boss. So there's going to be too many waves. And there's going to be one last barrier champion, which can be a little tricky to take it down. Since I don't have my super, I would have used my super right away on the boss. So now there's going to be a barrier champion, and this one's going to be a little tough. So what I like to do is wait for my super. So I'm gonna wait for my super. So now I finally got my super, so what I like to do is I'm going to DPS, take down the barrier champion. So I was just trying to find a good angle because this barrier champion likes to move around and it's a bit RNG where it likes to stand. So over here I finally decided to pop a healing rift and then it moved. And it would either move from the left or the right. So depending on RNG where he likes to stand, you can use your sniper and of course stagger the barrier champion and take it down with your super. So once you do, lastly there will be a nightmare. There'll be a nightmare hive. So what you can do over here is you can snipe the nightmare with your kinetic weapon. So it does like to play hide and seek, as you can see, so you could just do critical headshots and quickly take it down, or you could just take as much time as you can since there's really no time limit unless it's over 15 minutes, and of course we can get 0 revives. So once you take down the last major, you can use all your ammo, use your super to take down the boss. So I thought the second wave of ads there was gonna be another barrier champion. I thought. So you can see that I thought that there was gonna be another champion. So I decided just to spam my bow to do DPS. So once you kill the last barrier champion, you can just spam all your Xeno, all your sniper to do DPS at the boss. Like I said, there will be mini waves of ads, so you can just take them down with Xenophage or throw your nade. So yeah, basically that's all the champions, and I thought that there was going to be more, because Master is a little different in Legend, and I haven't played this Lost Sector for a really long time. I honestly highly dislike these Lost Sectors. They're not fun. I just don't find these Lost Sectors fun at all. And that's my opinion. I'm sure people would disagree with me and say, hey, I love these Lost Sectors. I don't like it at all. So in this video I realized there are no barrier champions or overload champions, so I decided just to spam all my ammo, and of course Bungie finally gave me some snipers, so I decided to just use all of it as much as I can just to take it down. So what I like to do is just spam my Xenophage and of course kill the boss, kill a couple of ads if needed if you want to. And there you go guys, we finally beat the boss, we took down all the ads. Thank you so much for watching. And of course I didn't get anything, I'll be really honest guys. Farming the Legend Lost Sector is better than Master. Way better. I think you can get the exotics much quicker on Legend than Master. Thank you so much for watching. I hope this video will help for people who didn't have a chance to get the new exotic chest armor on all 3 characters. Thank you so much, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.